Most costume design ends when the movie does. Zendaya's doesn't. It walks out of the theater and onto the sidewalk. Dune Part 2 is where this gets literal. The standout of the entire tour is an archival Mughal exoskeleton, bolted metal panels, built like armor, decades old, still the single most talked about look of the run. She wears a new Mughal slip dress right after it, same city, same night. But the real pattern isn't the metal, it's the drape, fabric that isn't pinned into place, the kind of natural loose drape you'd find in old world clothing, not tailoring. Combined with paneling with texture that reads like sand and rock and unbuilt terrain, that's not styling, that's set design worn on a body. And it changes city to city, which is where dressing for the world starts becoming dressing for the stop. There's a Balmain menswear look in here too, tailored, sharp-shouldered, every seam pulling towards a single point at the center, the same shape as a dune's crest or the mouth of the creature that builds one. Same instinct as the Balmain gown from part 1, texture pulled straight off the sand. This time it's structure doing the pulling, not drape. Then challengers, and the wardrobe stops being about a fictional world and starts being about a very real one. Preppy, sporty, athleisure slammed straight into luxury fashion. The palette stays locked to the coat itself, white, greys, blacks bleeding into every shade and tint of tennis ball green, with the ball's own texture showing up again and again as an actual print motif. Pleats, jersey shine fabric pulled straight off a sports coat, moving between full tailoring and off-duty athleisure without ever losing that preppy edge. Somewhere calling this a stylist job stops making sense. He's not styling her anymore, he's curating an exhibit. And every stop is a new room. The drama is where the curation stops hiding entirely. Old, new, borrowed, blue, the actual wedding rhyme worn as a press tour, one city at a time. Old was Los Angeles, a vintage white Vivienne Westwood gown reworn from the 2015 Oscars. New was Paris, a custom white Louis Vuitton bridal silhouette gown with a bold black train and bow. Borrowed was Rome, an archival black Armani pre-wear dress previously worn by Kate Blanchett, and Blue closed the tour in New York, a Schiaparelli haute couture gown built from thousands of blue silk feathers. And underneath the rhyme, a second language for the romance itself. Peplum, ruffles, frills, sheer florals, asymmetric cuts that never quite let you pin the silhouette down. The Odyssey takes the same instinct somewhere stranger. Almost the entire tour is white. One gold look, one sage green look, otherwise a single palette held for weeks. The sage green is Valentino. Soft draping with the hand applique leaf bralette like something grown rather than sewn. There's the Jacquemus column dress so simple it barely reads as a red carpet look, and that's exactly what makes it interesting. There's Grecian draping everywhere, gold coin jewelry, lace, and there's a Schiaparelli bodice sculpted like it was carved, not stitched. Armor for a goddess, not fabric. If you want one look from this whole run, this is it. A Martia Fical gown built almost entirely from feathers, full wingspan, standing in front of the film zone title. It doesn't look worn, it looks grown. And then Spider-Man Brand New Day. 14 cities right after the Odyssey wrapped, and the range gets almost absurd. Rome gets a vintage Giorgio Armani gown beaded head to toe in an actual spider web pattern, sheer gunmetal as she's wrapped in the thing itself. Mexico City gets Ashi Studio Couture in black lace and fringe. Shanghai gets a Versace haute couture piece pulled from the spring 2016 archive. Fishnet cut straight across through a white column gown. Los Angeles gets a second Ashi Studio Couture, black satin, a peplum ruffle sculpted like it's caught mid-motion, custom Louboutin heels shaped like spider legs. London closes it out in Tamara Ralph Couture, hand-beaded cathedral length. And then, in the middle of 5 couture gowns, Paris gets a thrifted eBay t-shirt. That's the whole thesis in one contrast. The curator doesn't have one mode, and that's kind of the point. Whether that's still method acting or something else that has outgrown the name, I'm not even sure law would call it the same thing anymore.